Hey everyone, I just want to double check my audio because I was using StreamYards, or not StreamYards, OBS earlier, and I might have accidentally turned it off or turned something off here. I don't know. Let's see. So that's connected. I just have to connect that, right? And then this should come through. All right, I should be good. Okay. Okay. Get over here. All right. Hi, everyone. You guys can hear me, right? I'm all good? All good? I'm not seeing any, not seeing anything saying you can't. Hey, hey, Kira. Hey, Megan. Hi, Lily. Hey, Reagan. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Animal Lover. Hey, Mama of 3. Hey, Sue Elliott. Hey, OAH. Is that it? I think that would be. Oh, hey, Jess. Hi, guys. How are you? All right. So I was recording a video for quite a while, and it was just taking too fucking long. I don't want to do it anymore. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna react to it. And I mean, I already got a good idea on some of the jokes. So I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna try and translate to a video, which I mean, I don't even know why I say try. I'm just gonna fucking do it. Whatever. Stupid. But yeah, I was reminded of a stream she had done after the conclusion of the Toddy Westbrook lawsuit, and I was watching a little bit of it this morning, and I thought I might have even translated this one before, but I mean, just a lot of shit's happened since then, so I got no jokes. So I thought that's what I do. And I do want to catch up on the Rudy Faris case because I haven't paid much attention to this since sometime yesterday. Early yesterday. So I thought maybe real quick we could do that, and then I will go on to the stream. Just brighten this up a little bit. Oh, thank you, Megan. Yeah, I like him too. My friend just did the other day. Thank you. Hi, Rhonda Smith. So, hey, Mandy. Okay. So what's going on? Is there any news or whatever with this Rudy guy? Because I mean, I gotta say, the last bit of info I heard, there was some speculation, or it was being considered, whether that he might have cooperated or have been like a co-conspirator of some sorts. And I thought, well, as much as that would suck, I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it would suck to know that people were lied to and he was a part of that. At least though it would mean he wasn't a victim. And I don't know. I guess I could deal with him being an asshole. I mean, I'd rather he be an asshole than a victim to the fullest extent. And though then I get the feeling like this is like the Kimes all over again, right? You know, I mean, God, how many? There was like 20, 30. No, wait, what was that? There was the 90s, 1990s, I think. The mother-son grifting duo or whatever. Kimes, I think, was the last name. I probably looked that up before I start talking about it. There was a book on him because I read the book, but then I guess that there was a movie made too. But I think the movie was like not entirely based on them. It was loosely based on them or whatever. It had John Cusack in it and someone else. I forget who. They call them grifters, I think. Yeah, Kimes. Okay. Sante. I don't know how to pronounce that. Kimes and her son. What was her son's name? I don't know. That was like Fred or Frank or something. Oh, Kenneth Kimes. That's right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know. So if he is a co-conspirator, then I'm getting like, I don't know, deja vu vibes like back to that, you know? I don't know. He's with his mom, and he chose to be there with her after he left house. Yeah, that much I know. I learned that. I know that. Well, I watched the press conference they had yesterday. The Houston police, and I don't know. I got the impression from the press conference that the police have not yet ruled out the possibility that he could have been just as culpable in this whole ordeal. I know that that advocate or whatever his name is, I can't remember his name, but he had made a statement to the press, which if you're an advocate, why are you running to the press right after you talk to the dude? Like, I don't know. That doesn't seem like you're advocating on his behalf, but I digress. I know that he was saying that Rudy had been abused and everything by his mom, but then the police is like, no, that conversation never took, or that's not how that conversation went, or that's not what was said or something. So I don't know. Okay, yeah, the press conference was yesterday, so nothing's really come out since then. Like, I don't care to entertain any of the speculation or whatever. I want to hear like actual, like, from the authorities involved. Really, I don't care to hear anything else. But all right. Okay. All right. So without further ado. I'm going to start it right on here, I think. Come on. Why is this moving so slow? Oh, this really is moving slow. Holy shit. All right, let me check chat one more time. Oh, thank you, Grace Case. Okay. Yeah, I have today off from work. I just realized, shit, that's right. After working just over 11 hours yesterday, one of my coworkers, we had the Utica has like this big race every year called the Boilermaker, and I guess one of my coworkers is supposed to run it, and something happened with the scheduling, he couldn't get it off or something. So, and I said, well, I'm not working Sunday. I can work for you if you want to work for me Friday, tomorrow. He's like, yeah, okay. I'm like, yeah, I got Friday off. Fuck yeah. And like, meanwhile, like he thinks like, he locked out, or he's coming out here, winter or something with this switch. And then meanwhile, it's me. I totally am, because now he's got to work tonight. Okay. Let me switch this over.
I had to stay silent, and it's funny because.
Okay, so this was a stream she did called "I'm Not Okay. I Feel Like Quitting YouTube," and it's from June 30th, 2021. So to give everyone just an idea of a time frame, because I think by especially if you were around throughout this time, then you can think back to this time frame and you can remember like your state of mind or what, where you stood on things, and you can just get a better feel for what's going through her mind as well. So this was before the Kay Baxter stream, but after the settlement and everything, after the settlement was announced and whatnot. So yeah, this was a couple weeks before Kay Baxter stream, like 2 or 3 weeks before.
When the lawsuit was happening, people said that I was talking a lot, and I just remember thinking, oh my goodness, they don't know anything, like you only saw like a tiny fraction of what was going on, and it was like, I never realized until I was amplified into a place where so many eyes were on me, and I've never been in that position before. And it was overwhelming. And suddenly, like, my name was associated in videos with really bad things that I wasn't doing. And
like, it wasn't just associated with videos and everything, like her videos depicting these bad things she was doing. It was associated with all these other content creators' videos depicting the bad things she was doing. And I think that's the problem she had.
it was hard for me because I've never been the kind of person that
did these bad things, you know, so they took a little getting used to, I think.
Has done bad things. Like, I'm just a mom that has a family that,
you know, she does have family. I mean, she's got so much family that she could even go no contact with most of them. So she's just a mom with a family that she doesn't talk to.
has a husband and a kid, and I like cats and I like dogs. And
she especially likes it when she can just keep them all together in the house, like all day and night, and then watch them duke it out.
I like to swim, and I like to run, and I like to read. I love my family, and I love to investigate, and I love to create content. I love to tell stories. That's why I started this. You know, I love telling stories, and I'm good at telling stories. And I feel
even the court systems in our country agree she's very good at telling these stories. I mean, they just keep giving her all these recognitions for it.
Like, the channel grew the way it did because I've been good at my job. I think I've cultivated really great relationships with so many people. I have met so many people that I never.
By cultivating, she means, like, you know, gaining their trust, getting them to spill secrets and such to her, and then outing them as sources, and then putting those DMs right on blast. I mean, she couldn't have done that in any other, like, area of work but here. So
never would have been able to meet before. I have had relationships with, you know, people on
and plenty of lawyers that she never in a million years would have had any kind of chance of even knowing or hearing about, you know.
I have met some amazing people. So, you know, awesome sources, awesome everything. And some of the content I've put out has been so much fun. Telling stories has been so much fun. Meeting people has been so much fun. I don't think I was prepared for me becoming the story. I never wanted myself to become the story. I never wanted me to be the interesting part. I didn't.
Because out of all of these really interesting and amazing people she's met along the way, they weren't the interesting parts of the story. That was her. She was the interesting part.
So if you're confused about what's going on, I did a video yesterday kind of letting people know about what has been.
I just noticed a super chat on the side. Michelle LS asks, do you see a therapist? Sending love.
What I've been dealing with. There was a group of people that have spreading misinformation about me. Infiltrating my relationships with content creators.
I love the language. Spreading misinformation, talking about me, infiltrating my relationships with other people. Like, they sent them a DM. That's what happened. Someone sent one of her relationships a DM, and that was an infiltration. What the fuck does she call it then when she reaches out to all of these people and tries to turn them into sources? That's not infiltrating?
And making me feel like I'm trapped in the middle of nowhere by myself.
What?
And today has been hard because I feel like I took the muzzle off, you know, like last
Well, at least she referred to herself as a bitch there. Sorry, I had to.
week that I finally like said the names of the people that were doing this to me. And then the person that was doing it to me like sent me an email.
Now, seriously, I want to know here, because she's trying to turn this into how everyone was after her and attacking her, and everyone is wrong, and everyone is doing these horrible things to her. Okay, notice the wording she uses here, though.
Feel like I took the muzzle off, you know, like last
Let me do that. Okay.
week that I finally like said the names of the people that were doing this to me.
The names of the people that were doing this to me. Names of the people. So plural. Okay.
Right. And then the person that was doing it to me like sent me an email. And
then the person that was doing it to me like sent me an email. So is a person or persons?
Admitted they were doing it to me. And then it was like I said their name, and then it was like I felt this sense of like power.
Their name might have been singular there. Okay.
Like, oh my gosh, you guys, I've said the name. This is not untrue. Like, I am not being gaslit. Like, I felt like people were saying that it didn't happen to me, right? Like, I would say the cops have been here so many times, and people would say that didn't happen. They filed 4 police, 4 CPS reports. They filed
what I don't get is she's explaining the story of these series of events where her family, the people she loves most in this world, were, by her definition and everything, targeted and like threatened. Like she says that they tried to take my son away, or she's about to say it, one or the other. They filed all these reports on us. And she had tweeted around this time too, saying, "I'm convinced that they wanted to kill me or whatever." Okay, but why is she then reading this off like she's trying to remember a speech she had recited like years ago, or like she's trying to remember a part of Romeo and Juliet or something, you know, because she's sitting there talking and she's trying to think, and she's looking around and she's messing things up. You know, she almost said police report, but she meant CPS report. You know, how do you not know these events, these things that were done to you and your family? How do you not know them by heart? Why do you have to sit here and just try to recall them like it's an afterthought?
A fraud investigation case against my husband for unemployment. They reported me to the IRS, I think. They filled out false reports, reviews for lawyers, and they tried to get my son taken away. And I've just been trying to figure out how it got to this place and like what I did wrong, and like trying to sort through like if I'm to blame.
Maybe, yeah. There's definitely an argument to be had there.
If my reactions could have caused this,
yeah, I'd say there's an argument to be had there.
I deserved this.
I think that she's looking at it the wrong way. Instead of deserve this, I think it should say, did I orchestrate this?
If what I was doing made me deserve this.
If what I was doing set this up.
I mean, I have creators in my DMs telling me that people are telling them I'm dangerous. And I'm like, I'm dangerous? I'm dangerous. How am I dangerous? What did I do? What did I do?
I mean, it's just defamation. You know, that's the only time she's been to court is for defamation. And like, that's not even a criminal offense. That's civil. So, I mean, how is that dangerous? She's so not dangerous, you know? I mean, just, you know, accusing people of like horrible crimes, that's not dangerous, you know? Accusing people of trying to off their mother or actually offing their mother for inheritance. What's so dangerous about that? Come on now. Oh, and accusing someone of being guilty of human trafficking. Like, it's never brought danger anywhere upon anything. So
it's confusing to me because then they think I'm dangerous. And then when I try to talk to them, I can't get through to
the fuck happened?
them because they literally dangerous. And then when I try to talk to them, I can't get through to them because they literally have been convinced or brainwashed by the trolls that I'm dangerous. And so I'm then put in a situation where they don't like me and I don't know how.
They don't like her. She has to face the fact that they don't like her. She's put in that position, guys. I mean, this is too much.
How to defend myself out of that.
Yeah, how does she defend herself out of people disliking her? Why is it that she can't get through to people? Like, why won't they let her convince them that they're wrong? She just can't get through.
Like, I don't even know what to say when I'm in these situations with people. Like, I don't know what to say to a creator who's been gaslit by trolls into believing that I'm a dangerous person, even though I'm not.
She could start by first learning the definition of gaslit, you know.
And I don't know how to respond to that. I don't know how to say, like, to someone, that's not who I am.
She doesn't know how to say, that's not who I am. She doesn't know how to say that. You just heard her say she doesn't know how to say, that's not who I am. Duh.
And the frustrating part is that isn't who I am. So then I feel frustrated that I even have to explain.
See, exactly. See, that's the problem. She shouldn't have to tell people. She shouldn't have to reach out to people and just try to reach them. Try to make them understand that that's just not who she is. If the other side can brainwash these people, then why can't she? That's the thing. She just needs to be allowed to bullshit you. That's all.
Are people, like, here's the thing. If someone were to come into my messages and they said, don't talk to this person because they're bad, I wouldn't listen to this random stranger on the internet who I've never met before and listen to them as gospel, let alone if...
they can't all be James Charles up in her DMs now, can they?
1,000 people were sending me these messages. And why would it matter if 1,000 people sent me a message and said, you shouldn't like Lindsay Chrisley, or you shouldn't be friends with Amy Duggar?
See, it's just not fair, because she needs to get these messages instead of everyone else getting these messages to not be friends with her or talk to her. Because then it shows that people just don't like her.
Why would I listen to people on the internet? They don't know. Well, sure, they don't know me. But why would they listen to a stranger on the internet when the interaction they had with me was positive, So I try to think about that.
Exactly. This, I think, the big part of the problem, because the interaction some people have with her is positive, or at least it's not that negative anyway, but then people see the negative interactions, her negative behavior, her negative reactions, and people tend to believe that might be true too. So then they're left with, okay, do I just believe this one brief positive, or at least not negative moment I've had with her? Or do I pay attention to all of these examples of these negative moments and reactions and interactions I had with Katie? And that's just the problem, because there's just too much info out there and people just don't know what to believe, I think, and that's not fair to her.
I think about in this business, the hardest part of this business is that there's a lot of people.
Notice how she caught herself. She's getting back on script now because she was saying, the hardest part or whatever, and then she took a sip. She recentered herself. See, so she can control her emotions. Don't, regardless of what anyone else says, she's totally within control. And then she just went back on the script in this business. See?
Of people that have opinions, and everyone has an opinion, and I am totally okay with that.
Totally.
I am totally okay with people criticizing me. I think it's fine. I know I put myself out there, so I'm like, yeah, you don't have to like my content. You cannot like my delivery. You can think I'm whatever.
In fact, that's going to be the next merch. She's totally okay with it. I have to say that a moment there, I really liked how I paused and I did good on the pausing.
But when people are starting to try to infect your reputation by like literally just saying things that are so off the wall, and I'm just like,
but not untrue.
Some people are listening to the trolls.
You just have to notice. You see, this is why I think it's not only important to pay attention to what they say, what she says, but also what she doesn't say. She said off the wall, not untrue. So, for those who want to call her a liar later on.
And then people will say to me that, well, you have burned bridges with people because of how you've reacted. And that's been really hard too. I have lashed out and I'm so ashamed of that. I'm literally so ashamed of.
I'm literally so ashamed. I lashed out. I'm so ashamed. Like literally so ashamed. And robotic.
How I've responded.
Huh?
So, are these the same people that called the brewery? Not necessarily, but that person's still on YouTube. I just think in general, still on YouTube. Are these the same people that called the brewery? Not necessarily, but that person's still on YouTube.
Okay, so is this the same person that called the brewery? Not necessarily, and that person's still on YouTube. See, I wonder who it is she's talking about there, because there's only one person, to my knowledge, who called the brewery. And there was the phone calls, the voice messages that she played where they left fucking, what was it, like 40 or 20 or 40, something, some outrageous number of threatening or violent voice messages for her or regarding her. That's the only person who called the brewery. But that person was on YouTube. She has yet to state who that person is, but we are of the belief that it's most likely her friend Darcy, because they sound a fuck ton alike. But to my knowledge, Darcy hasn't been or isn't on YouTube. In fact, the only time she was on YouTube was when she joined her up on panel, where we were able to hear her voice as Darcy. So, but then there's me, who sent an email to the owner of the brewery regarding, what, dude, like, this is your associate's wife. Why are you not fucking reporting these threatening phone calls to the police? I mean, that's kind of crazy. Like, why are you not doing that? And that was one email I sent, but she clearly said phone call here. So I wonder, does she know who left those threatening voicemails at the brewery? Does she know? Because I'm really curious who that is. I want to know. Don't you guys want to know? I want to know. Perhaps, maybe I think I might start hashtagging Who Called the Brewery. Because we know she's on Twitter now. She's been on Twitter since 2022 under a different account. One that apparently appears to have been linked to or associated with her other YouTube channel, the Katie Joy Live one. So we know she's been on Twitter. So we know that she sees tweets and she sees hashtags too, I'm sure, because they're usually part of tweets. So I'm sure she'll see Who Called the Brewery, hashtag Who Called the Brewery. So I'm going to start doing that.
I just think in general, like I'm just ashamed at how I've responded. I'm ashamed that I have not been able to discern between who is being a thoughtful subscriber and expressing honest concern from somebody who is trying to get into my DMs to take a screenshot of my response.
Because she can't tell them apart because they look and sound exactly the same, because the trolls, their criticism, their gripes or whatever are the exact same as the genuine criticism people. So she can't discern them apart. She can't discern who's there like with honest intentions or who's there with I don't know, nefarious intentions, because they just look so much alike. It's hard. It's a real hard position to be in, you guys.
Right? And then plaster it so that they can say that I'm a terrible person. And it's
so they're only doing this, the ones who are there for nefarious actions. They just want to make her look bad by showing how she looks bad. They just want to plaster her being a terrible person to show that she's a terrible person. So they get into her DMs to try to, act terribly. So she can't be blamed for when she gives them what she wants, can she?
And it's not something I'm used to. And
yeah, she's usually doing that shit. She's not used to having to face it. Breathe. Holy shit, breathe.
I think for me, the hardest part is this, that they're trying to get into my family life. So I don't care if people want to say to other creators that I'm a terrible person. I'm really not, you guys. I feel like I've been backed into a corner.
Yeah, just never mind everything she was just saying up until this point about how people keep saying she's a terrible person. She doesn't really care about that. Just never mind like the first 13 minutes of the stream, because that's not even what's important.
I feel like I've been put in a situation where I've been harassed for such a long time that the creators, they don't want to work with me because these people, like, they let the trolls win. And I think that's really unfortunate. Like, why would you want to let trolls win?
Why didn't they just be more vigilant in their battle of Katie Joy? Why did they have to lose that battle? Why did these other creators have to lose this battle over Katie Joy, over the right to collaborate with her without being mocked and ridiculed or like just warned or just even end up with a very pleasant message in their DM saying, hey, you should know this. Just take care. That's losing the war of Katie Joy. How could you let her down like that?
Why would you want to be surrounding yourself with people that are telling you that other people are terrible all the time? Like, we're all entitled to have our own opinion. We're all entitled.
Yeah, it's her job. You're giving her job away. And this is her job.
To feel how we feel. We're all entitled to do what we do. But why do we gatekeep who can speak to who and what we talk about? That's kind of what concerns me. I'm right here, Angela, but you can't get a hold of me right now because I'm live, sweetheart.
Pretty sure she might have been happy. Just, hey, my email's in the about section. Go have at it.
Kevin says that the hate group is large because of Creepshow and Truth Sleuth.
Oh, really? So, yeah, because what? Did they start the subreddit? Did Creepshow and Allie from, Truth Sleuth, they're the ones who started the subreddit? Is that it? Because that's why this quote unquote hate group, which whatever that means, was so populated. You know, it's because of the subreddit. You know, it wasn't. So clearly they must have started the subreddit because their videos alone couldn't have done that, right? I mean, it had to have been the subreddit. Good to know, though. Good to know that they're the ones who started that.
So I just want to like put a few things to rest, I guess.
Just a few.
I said in my video yesterday that the creep show art stuff. So she made these videos and she said that I was sending death threats. I was hacking people. I was using trolls. I was threatening people with violence. That was.
I'm thinking creep show art must have made a video that I have been up until this moment completely, totally unaware of because I watched every video that creep show art did on Katie. In fact, I even commentated on all of them, I think, on the channel, which that reminds me, I should go and find them because I don't think people really have access to the videos anymore. I should go find those. But yeah, I don't recall that. So I'm thinking that maybe creep show art made something for members only. And if she did, then I'm really pissed off that I don't get to be a member now and see it.
That was actually not me. And I was being set up by someone. So that was actually sending death threats. I was hacking people. I was using trolls. I was threatening people with violence. That was actually not me. And I was being set up by someone. So someone.
Let me check here for a second. See, never mind. She just happened to benefit from it all, so she couldn't have been behind it. Is that okay?
Someone entered into my lawsuit and filed some false declarations and made lies. This person has admitted to me now that she fabricated the fact that I was doing any of these things. Other people are involved in it. They're the ones that were sending.
She confessed to it. She did. She confessed to me even for having done it. She confessed to everyone. Just ignore all the times where she took that confession back or stated that Katie or someone else was to blame, and take back all the times where she gave any other of a myriad of excuses or culprits or whatever. Just ignore that though, because it was only when she was telling Katie what she wanted to hear, and only then was she truthful, because that's the only time anyone's truthful, you know?
The threats, I believe, they're the ones that were using the trolls. They're the ones that were trying to hurt people and were hacking and trying to deplatform people. So that was actually
they. It's always they. I gotta find out who these fucking they are.
Not me, but people still believe that it's me because of her videos for some reason.
Would these be the videos where she talks nothing of this? Because I'm pretty sure that that's what she said. Nothing she said about this was nothing.
I think you do a fantastic job reporting what you do. I think you do research and really piece things together. Hang in there. Thank you, Harper.
Thank you, Harper.
You were recently with Preacher Boy thing, and he still won't take down what he said about you. That's the kind of stuff that is upsetting. I'm working right now with Preacher Boy to come to a resolution, so that hopefully will get taken down.
I wonder if that ever resolved itself. Does anyone know if that resolved itself? I want to see real quick if that shit resolves itself. I'm quite curious. Okay. Let's see here. Let's pull up Preacher Boy. All right, I'm going to look it up on the iPad because this is going to go too slow.
I think he was harassed by people after I went live with him. So,
see, you can't trust Preacher Boy. You can't believe anything he says. He clearly stated, you know, several times since that live had happened and before this stream had happened, that he was not at all harassed. He had very nice and polite people simply reach out to him and say, listen, you just might want to look into this person before you team up with her. And, you know, here's, if you need a place to start, I suggest a subreddit. So he did. He went and he looked and he researched it for himself. And he said, fuck no, after he researched. But you just can't take him in his word because it's Preacher Boy. So just fuck him, you know.
It's
where am I? 16. All right, let me look this up real quick. Preacher Boy. Katie Joy. He did have a YouTube channel, right? Or was he like TikTok or something, or Instagram? Or is it Preacher Boys? Oh, look at this. 2 years ago, regarding without a crystal ball appearance and subsequent experience by Preacher Boy. And it is on the date of June 21st. So apparently that work she was doing with Preacher Boy at this time was not fruitful because that video was still up. Good job.
I just want take this anger, hurt, and darkness so you are so validly experienced and channel it into champion for better legislation for the protection of online content creators. You know, this is something I was actually thinking about. I feel like we do lack protection on this platform. I feel like in many ways, Google is my employer. They're paying me every single month. And what
was that?
Is my employer. They're paying me every single month. And they're Google is my employer. They're paying me every single month. And they're
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I gotta do it one more time. I'm gonna slow it down just a little bit.
I'm a partner.
Okay, I'm done. That was petty, but it was funny.
In their program. And even though I report things, they don't do a lot to protect us. And it makes it really hard when this kind of stuff gets out of control. And the thing is that I know that I'm not the only creator that this happens to.
Okay, so this is to me, I try to sit there and look at how this is like, okay? So I link it or liken it to being like a vendor, like in a flea market or a mall or something, you know, something long-term though, nothing like a vendor just for a concert or some shit, but something a little bit more long-term. And like, you're selling whatever it is you want. You choose what it is you sell. And if people buy it, great. If not, they don't. And so people buy it, but you have to, I don't even look at it as though YouTube is paying you. I look at it more like you're paying YouTube, because people are advertising. When you get AdSense, people are choosing, or at least they're not choosing to have their product, their services, whatever it is, advertised on your channel, on your content. So, and then you get the AdSense, but then some of that goes to YouTube because they hosted this, you know? So, and even like your super chats and your super stickers, YouTube, I think looking at it as though YouTube gives you a percentage is incorrect, especially since you get the majority of the percentage. It's more like you get the percentage to YouTube for YouTube facilitating the services and the means and the infrastructure in which to allow this to happen, for you to even make the super chat to begin with. So you are paying them a percentage to like use their infrastructure, if you will. Okay. So it's not really YouTube paying you. It's more like you're paying YouTube. YouTube offers the same thing to everyone. Offers a place for their channel to exist and a place for their channel to be listed and their videos to be viewed by people. So it's not any special contract or anything. They're not paying you specially. They're paying all people the same. So they are providing a service, and those who use the service, they use it at their discretion. They use it to their liking. They use their platform, their channel, for content that they want to put on there. That's not all the same. So no, you're paying YouTube. They're not paying you. But even looking at it from the point of view of YouTube paying you, they're not your employer. Like, if you think that they're an employer, then please show me on a map where the human resources office is. If you think that they have to protect you or offer some sort of protection, the only thing they have to protect you is shit that their infrastructure would host. And that's like hacking, basically. They have a duty and obligation, I think, to their partners in the partnership program to protect them to the best of their ability from the platform being hacked and subsequently their content and their channel and shit from being hacked. That's about where their obligation ends. They're not even obligated to keep providing you with a platform in which to present your content to try to generate some sort of income. They're not even obligated to do that. So they definitely aren't obligated to make sure you don't get your Fifi cert here. Sorry.
And I don't know why Sloan is going upsetting at me. I'm not here to address other creators. Of course, I've seen this in the past. The links people will go to is completely disgusting.
She's not there to talk
I've been following you for a few months and I love your content. Self-care is important.
God damn it. She's not there to talk about other content creators. She's there to throw other people under the bus, to talk shit about her detractors, to try to convince you or brainwash you all to hate them. So you'll talk about them.
Thank you. I'm an awesome girl. Thank you. People are jealous of your channel, says Callie Real. Thank you. I don't know if that's true. Thank you for becoming a member, Sarah. I don't think this guy's involved. No, I don't. So.
Whoa. What was that?
I don't think this guy's involved. No.
Pause. Is it possible Yahoo Boy is involved? Because dude is effed up along with others, is going at Yates and Shrill. I don't know. Who the fuck is Yahoo Boy? I don't remember.
Don't. So. I think that when we're making content, there's like this fine balance between telling a story and then sending hate. And I think there's a fine balance between.
Okay. If you were just simply telling a story, reciting a series of events, there wouldn't be any fine line about sending hate, because you wouldn't be doing it from a place of hate. You would just simply be informing people of a series of events that had transpired. You would not be framing it in any way for people to take that as hate, unless you are motivated and you are led and you are inspired by your hate, right? Or wrong? No.
In telling and reporting the news and like just not fact checking and not doing our due diligence.
What the fuck?
Are these the same ones that come to light on what's been done to John? I don't think it's the same people.
Can I just say something?
Oh wait, sorry. I'm gonna pause this for a second. I want to change earbuds because I think there's something here I want to try and hear better. And this case has two of them. Okay.
Oh, yeah, my husband wants to tell you guys something.
Are you filming on that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay. I just want to thank everybody for supporting Katie throughout all of this over the last 2 years, because it's been really terrible. And you guys know the truth. So just thanks for being there for her. I'm up.
All right. Oh no.
What?
For her. I'm up.
All right.
What does he say there?
I'm up.
All right.
For her. I'm up.
All right.
I can't make out what he says there, but it sounds like, I don't know. You fell or something? I don't know.
Oh no.
I don't know.
What is going on? I don't know what's going on with Sloan. I don't have an interest in disparaging another creator. If he has things that he is saying about me, I'm not.
Yeah, that's not where her interest lies. That's just where her intent lies.
Not interested in the back and forth. That's not what my platform is about. I don't want.
See, she likes the forth, but not the back part. She doesn't want it back. She just wants to put forth. So quit coming back.
To have a fight with another creator. So I'm just really not going to respond. I've just not been responding, and I'm just going to continue not to respond. I hope that he can really focus on his channel is doing so amazing, you guys. Like he has his views are out of this world. His subscriber count is going through the roof. You know,
Yeah, you know, and sure, there's been times where other bigger channels have talked shit about her, and she's had no qualms whatsoever going at them. But when a guy does it, then I don't know. Maybe she just sees that as not quite as easy as a target. You know, her being the non-misogynistic female that she is. You know.
I think, you know, he really does. He should focus on his content, and I hope he does. That's really, really, really what I hope he does. He was tweeting about me a couple days ago. I know that. He literally was under my tweets, and then he was posting about me on his Instagram. But, you know, his channel is doing really, really well, and I really do hope the best and wish the best for him.
His channel's growing really, really well. So I just don't forget. He was under my tweet the other day. He was my tweet.
That's really what I've got. So, my job is not and does not want to be ever to fight with other creators that make content similar or that are covering content that's similar to mine. I just want to make content. That's really all it is, and that's it.
Okay, so maybe sometimes fighting with other creators is the content she's making, but she just wants to make content, so let her fight.
I hope if he's not doing well that he does well. If you feel like praying for him, maybe you should say some prayers for Sloan. If you send good energy, I haven't talked to him in a really long time, so I just wish him the best. A lot of other creators have a problem because they've apologized for their part in the drama, but it's hard to feel that sorry for you because of the way you act when under the microscope.
You know, just some people are deficient in humility, you know? I mean, it's almost like it's her handicap. Just, she needs an advocate. She doesn't need people to point that out.
Interesting. Right now, I'm just sharing my truth. I haven't received a lot of apologies, to be honest. And the people I have received apologies from have been really kind. I've had some good conversations with people.
Oh my God. Like literally almost every creator who talked shit about her after the shit came out with Natalie had apologized. Well, it's at least a half-ass apology, you know, like been like, listen, yeah, we disagree. I think you're shit or whatever, but I'm sorry this happened to you. You know, like, you know, maybe that wasn't a direct apology for their behavior or something or toward her, but they were sorry for her, you know, but that's not what this was about, though. This was about making all the other people who gave her any hell or any shit fucking pay for it.
But I actually haven't received that many apologies from people, to be honest.
Oh, and she's been keeping track.
Really at all. So, and that's not even really what I'm looking for. Like, I'm not expecting people to apologize to me.
That's why she knows how many apologies she has or hasn't received, because that's not even what she cares about.
This isn't like, I don't know.
It is punishment. It is.
I don't.
What is she reading?
It's been very pressure-wise, and here's the thing: is it's not even being underneath the microscope. We've had the police here, we've had CPS here. They have tried to start IRS fraud cases against us. They're trying to get my husband arrested for crimes he didn't commit. They are directing people to send thousands of, you know, they're sending thousands upon thousands of death threats to us. So it's not just like, I don't need an apology from anyone. I'm not asking for people to feel sorry for me. The hard part is that I just always wanted people to know that I wasn't doing these things. You tweeted something about people not apologizing, just taking down content. So now they're going to take that clip and twist it as if humans don't talk about things in different ways. I was talking about just one person, just Allie. And I really don't have issues with a lot of creators, to be honest. I don't.
Allie, I thought that she was talking about creepshow
Really
art for the most
like,
part. She was talking about Nat, I thought, for the most part. But now this is just about Allie? I mean, I don't know.
Like, I understand that I was the hot topic and they had a job to do. So for some of those larger channels, I literally don't expect an apology and I don't want an apology. And yeah. So I'm just answering questions in the chat. Someone said something and people are clapping. I don't know what it was. Okay. So, Lori, I can't respond. Lori, I don't know who you are on Twitter, so I can't address this comment right now. So I'll have to address that later. I'm sorry. Okay. There is a difference between apologies and just showing some grace, even though there may have been differences. I'm confused with some of the victim blaming I'm seeing right now. It is sad. Okay, I'm not trying to blame everyone. So you guys are all entitled to have your opinions, and that's wonderful. Thank you for having your opinions. Thank you for sharing how you feel.
She says wonderful, but I'm not so sure she means wonderful.
I'm really not trying to blame everyone. I for sure am blaming the people that did this to me. Unfortunately, there was a community that was built around this. So I'm just sharing with you how I'm feeling. I hope that makes sense.
You know, I've always kind of wondered that. Why is it that say, I'll use the subreddit, for example. So the WOACB subreddit, that's a community of people who mock, ridicule, or debunk whatever, all things Katie Joy. Okay. But that's called the anti-Katie's, okay? The anti-community. Well, what is Duggar Snark? Like, I mean, that's kind of an anti-Duggar community, right? I mean, they're not, they snark on them, sure, but they're fundamentally against like so much of their fundamentals, you know? So there's a lot of things about the Duggars that those in this subreddit are against. Why is that not an anti-community? I mean, it just seems like the only group of people who take issue with someone or something or whatever that are called or referred to as the anti-community is the community that is against or does not support Katie Joy. Why is no other anti-community referred to as an anti-community? Because that almost sounds like it's like trying to frame narrative or something, you know, because it's not being honest.
And I'm not here to place blame on other creators. I have had some frustrations with other creators, and I think it's just like other creators have said things about me. I feel like I can respond to things if I'd like, and I don't have to respond.
But they're wrong for having said things about Katie, because I mean, they should just let Katie convince them that she's not guilty of the things that they've seen and heard. I mean, their eyes and ears deceive them, but hers don't. Hers don't. She's got everyone else, all these other creators pegged quite accurately, right?
Respond if I don't want to, and that's really all it is. I don't want to blame anyone. I just want the truth out. I understand that people were gaslit, misled, and lied to. I understand that people didn't know, they were manipulated, and they are still trying to wake up from it. I understand that people are still trying to understand that I wasn't lying. And I understand that people are trying to tease through what I've experienced. So
Sorry. See?
all right, so we're gonna go to members only. Thank you for those of you.
All the fucking trolls, you had to ruin it for everyone else. Now it's at members only. Like, now she's gone, now she's in her Cartman frame of mind, or like, you know, position or something, you know, where, because Cartman can't read all the negative shit about him on Twitter. So like a classmate, I don't know if it's Stan or Kyle, one of them, they have to first go through his Twitter and just pass along the positive things and hide or remove or delete all the non-positive things, you know? So this is what she's doing. She's Cartman now.
Those of you that are in here. Anyways, I am just.
I can just totally hear her saying, respect my authority right now. I just fucking heard that in my head. Oh my God.
Here to say thank you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the encouragement today. The messages on that video were
like
amazing. I really, 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 really appreciate.
Do you see how fast the chat was moving before that? Now she put on members only, or yeah, before it was on subscribers only even. Now though, it's on members only, and like there's been one so far.
That I appreciate a few people that have reached out to have conversations. I appreciate everyone that has said kind things to me today. At the end of the day, I can only do what is right for me and what is right for myself on this platform. And I guess if that means that I stay to myself and I just do my job, that's fine. Everyone hates me already. And I'll just continue to be the creator that everyone hates, whether it's justified or not. All I want is to be able to heal from this.
Whether it's justified or not. That's not to suggest, though, that she thinks that there's a potential chance that there could be some justification there, you know, right? I mean, sounds to me like she kind of does, but.
And I just want I want these people to stop doing this to me. I want people to stop hurting me. I want people.
But criticism is just fine. Remember that, y'all. Okay, because that's what she said earlier. It's fine. I don't care if people criticize me. That's fine. They can talk about. Like I literally don't care. It's totally fine. She's okay with it. She just wants people to stop doing it to her because they're hurting her.
People to stop spamming other creators about me.
Don't you dare talk to another creator about her. Just don't.
I don't want to deal with toxicity. I don't want to respond to negativity. And I don't want to gatekeep other people. And I don't want anyone to tell me how to run my channel. And I don't want to tell other people how to run their channel. I don't want to.
No, she just wants to determine whether or not you should even have a channel. But you can run it any way you want if you're allowed to have one.
Nitpick other creators. I just want to talk about reality television or hot topics and have fun.
Because she's an investigative journalist and that's what they talk about.
That's what I want to do. And that's why I love this job. I want to just say thank you guys so much for allowing this channel to grow and for allowing this space. And I want to just say something, I think in general, like we are human beings as content creators, and people will say like, well, you're like a public figure now, and so you just have to be thick, and you know, you run a gossip page, so this is what you deserve. And I guess, thank you. I don't know how.
I don't think she really means thank you though.
Running a gossip page is deserving of people filing false police reports against my husband, though. That doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I mean, it just because it's only gossip when you read police reports, you know, about people, especially if they're minors or whatever, and you know, had something happen. It's, you know, there's nothing. It's just gossip, right? Or when you obtain, you know, court records, or have one of your followers go to the courthouse and obtain court records, or when you out a 14-year-old girl for having an abortion, or when, you know, I don't want to go on because some of it really is kind of fucking cruel, and I don't want to make light of it.
Sense to me, and I don't know how it's filing for false CPS reports, wasting taxpayers' money, wasting CPS time, wasting police time, and trying to set me up for crimes and sending death threats. So I don't really know how that makes a whole lot of sense. I welcome people talking about me, which is...
Well, it makes perfect sense because that was a huge distraction for your lawsuit there. And in fact, I would even argue that some of those antics, you know, obviously made their way back to the judge, and the judge was just like, what is this fucking mess? This trash fucking can of a mess lawsuit. And I think it might have had a push or whatever in her ruling on jurisdiction, because if she didn't have to deal with the bullshit and she saw that there's bullshit to deal with, well, then she didn't want to deal with the bullshit. If she had to, fine, but she didn't have to. So she took the non-bullshit way out. So I'm going to say that's why.
Great. I don't deserve to be stalked, and no public figure deserves to be stalked. No YouTuber deserves to be stalked. Anyone.
So people on social media, they stalked her, right? They sent her an email. They sent her maybe emails. They didn't show up in person or anything. They didn't follow her around in person. They didn't like call her home or whatever. I mean, calling CPS, I don't think is stalking. But I mean, I'm not even sure that people who she's pointing the finger at here on social media even did any of that shit. So but stalking. She's basically, she's drilled stalking down to being knowing what she's doing online and talking about what she's doing online as she's online on display for the purpose of getting viewers. So apparently if you're watching her YouTubes and shit, you're stalking. If you talk about it in a negative way, that's stalking. But if you leave wonderful comments under her shit, even if you leave a wonderful comment under every single fucking video and every single fucking post she puts up, that's not stalking. But the second you say something mean or something non-conforming with Katie Joy on any of her fucking platforms, that's fucking stalking.
One that talks about anything. I'm like, here's the thing is that this happens to creators that don't do gossip. This happens to creators that are just family pages. Like, think of all the family bloggers that get harassed constantly. They're not gossiping about other people, but there's creators that make videos about them, you know, like, I don't think it matters if you're talking about gossip or if you're talking about cults or if you're reporting the news or if you're, I mean, my husband like is into these band metal pages and he watches these guys riff and talk about music and they have stalking in there and fights in there, you know.
What?
That's kind of, I think, what's going on with YouTube. As a content creator, I hear you. I literally just play games and talk about random nonsense because I have a weird retention for facts. Yeah.
All right, so I have a question. If the community her husband is involved in on social media here during this time is generating stalking or whatever from that community, you know, against that community, I guess, then how do we know that his stalking in which she's speaking of didn't generate from that community as well as a form of stalking her husband, more or less, you know? Because like she tried to claim that in order to get at Katie, some crazy person there called the brewery X amount of times, leaving threatening voice messages or whatever. And let's not forget the brewery was owned by Austin, and Austin also owns Todd's record label. And this was right at the same time that his new album was being released. So, I mean, they tried to get at her through him. So why would it stands to reason that they might try to get to him through her, right? Why was that never a consideration? I wonder. Maybe because it's all bullshit. I know it's a redundant question. I already know the answer to it, but I just felt like answering it or asking it nonetheless.
So I think it's happening to a lot of creators right now. I don't think I'm the only one. And so I don't want to be like, oh, this is the worst. Like, I'm the only person this is happening to, you know? I don't think that. I really wanted to just share my story because I feel like a lot of times we are so silenced when it happens to us. And I thought maybe if I shared my story, it might be able to help other people that might be experiencing this and maybe just be like sort of a way to sort of say to you guys, listen, like, it's cool not to like other creators. It's cool to say things if you want to say things about people. It's not cool to literally try to hurt people's businesses, filing false reports. It's not cool to call the cops on people. It's not cool to send CPS to people's houses. It's not cool to send death threats. Thank you for your super chat. It's not cool to send threats to officers of the court and to attorneys and to superimpose faces on really nasty images, like stuff that's on adult websites. It's just not cool. So I hope that everything can get resolved in time. And I hope that everything can work out. I think more than anything, I just wanted to say, like, today was a really hard day for me. And instead of ignoring that, I just wanted to come on here and be like, hey, like, I'm struggling. This channel is my safe space. I have put so much of my like heart and soul into this place. I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose my direction. I don't want to lose my focus. I don't want to lose this place. And the last few days, I've just been like, is this worth it? You know, is it worth to do this? Is it worth to be here if this is what my life is going to be? Am I?
And the fact that she has remained on YouTube like daily from this point on, just about almost daily, most days, most times it's daily. The fact that she stayed here for, when was this again? Oh, it's about 2 years ago, right? Yeah. So for the past 2 years, the fact that she stayed on YouTube almost daily tells us that it's worth it. Tells us that her talking about things like reality TV and gossip or whatever is worth her putting herself, her kid, her family, their freedoms, even their finances, everything at risk, so she can talk gossip and reality TV every day on YouTube. Because if it wasn't worth it, she would have stopped, right? She would be gone, right? She would not have continued if it wasn't worth it, right? But clearly it's worth it. Something about it is worth it. I mean, can't imagine what that is. I mean, would it still be worth it if she were to be demonetized, I wonder?
Am I happy? Is the money worth it? Like, and I keep saying that to myself, is it worth it? And it's worth it in that I can like make an amazing living and have an amazing life with my family.
That's living amazing. That's an amazing life with your family. When you're constantly worried about CPS, share showing up and being swatted and everything else, that's an amazing life. It's totally worth it.
Need to do a better job, I think, of tuning out some of the noise. But I'm also just hoping that by sharing the story that, you know, if you're part of a group just designed to hate someone in general, you might want to think about that. And if you have people, you know, sending you information about someone you don't know, and they're trying to convince you that they're wrong or that they're bad, like, why would someone do that? Like, what's the motive there?
1 second. He just walked in the door, and I saw a scene with him walking in here, not knowing I'm streaming and saying something to be funny, but would be really funny.
There, right? What's the motivation of someone doing that? Why would someone want to be in your DMs telling you not to talk to someone? And why would you listen to that? Why wouldn't you take your time and energy and spend that time and energy getting to know someone versus listening to the noise on the internet? When we allow the trolls to dictate our channels, and when we allow the trolls to infiltrate our channels, then the channels get built on hate. And then when your channel is built on hate, it ends up turning into a toxic place. And I have tried very hard to keep the trolls off of this channel, away from this channel, and not infiltrating this channel. I can't promise there's not trolls here, but for the most part, I think I've built a good community. And I can't.
She's just a troll magnet, man. She can't help it.
Say that for other channels. I have always kind of stuck to myself. I don't want to get into fights with other creators. I really just want to do my job.
Stuck to herself, was left by herself. I mean, it's the same thing, really.
So I have received a lot of information. And, you know, I realized yesterday, I said that you could send me DMs. I realized today, I think that's way too much emotionally for me. I think if you have information that could help us, that you just send that to Michael Saltz instead of sending it to me. I'm feeling way too overwhelmed when I read what people were up to, and it makes me feel sick to my stomach. And I think that's anxiety is just too much for me right now. So
think about that for a second. Just send it to Michael Saltz. And she's saying, when I read about what people were up to, it's just too much for me to bear. Bullshit. She loves knowing that. No, imagine though, if someone had messaged Michael Saltz saying, listen, I witnessed so-and-so doing this. This is what they're planning. This is what they're planning. And then it sounds to me like she was asking those potential receivers of lawsuits from her to send the evidence themselves to an attorney that might possibly represent her in the future regarding this. That's fucking nuts. That's what she did there. That's exactly what she did. So yeah, I hope people realize quickly as they were sending her or Saltz things that they weren't helping her. They weren't helping her try to get to the bottom of who was doing this or whatever, because the bottom of who was doing this was her. She was the bottom. She was the bottom bitch in all of this. Okay. So if you sent her or sent Salts anything, you were effectively sending anything that could possibly been incriminating against you. You were handing that over yourself. You were taking the initiative for her. So I hope that that's realized by now.
I just want to be happy again. I hope the feds get them too.
That was so convincing. Oh my God. Like, I now am convinced that she not only hopes that the feds get them, but she thinks that the feds getting them is completely plausible. Like, it's this scenario. Sure, it's realistic to expect that. And she really hopes for that. Like, that was so convincing. All right, I gotta check chat. Oh, Bish. It's like Bush. Bush hasn't been happy. Hi, Al Capone. All right, I'm just going to scroll through it here and look for my name. All right. Oh, okay. Come on. There we go. Share that video in your Facebook. Oh, yeah, I can share this. This is actually still up on her page or her channel. It's where I'm playing it from. I like to look at the chat. That's why I just pull it from her channel. I mean, because when you download a video, you don't download the chat. I mean, you can download the chat, but it comes in a text form. So it's just like it's a PDF. So it doesn't download in real time with the video. So you don't know, you know what I mean? I mean, you get timestamps, but it's a pain in the ass. So I just like to watch it right straight from the source when I can, when there's a live stream chat. I did not see that yet. I will check that out. Did anybody really call? See, so I guess we're back on the brewery. That looks like that's. She just called you out. See, that's what I wasn't sure. Like, because I'm still on YouTube. Well, I was still on YouTube at the time, rather, and still am now. And she has accused me of calling the brewery or calling her husband's ex-employer or whatever, which none of that was true. Did not call, not an ex-employer, not ex anything. But I sent an email and she said call, but she did do streams about these threatening or violent voice messages that were left through phone calls. So I just wonder. I think there's an argument for both right now. All right. Is that it? Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, Sue. Yep. I planned on doing
And I hope I get that too. So if you are here to support me, can anyone explain why we all know Katie Joy, but she has less toxic? I don't know.
Wait, what?
Yes, the FBI is involved. Yes. There is a FBI agent it was in the Washington office at first, and now it's in the Los Angeles office. And then there's local law enforcement involved, and then there are 2 attorneys involved.
Oh God, the comments you started reading. Okay, so it was by Katie is the better panda, or Kate is the better panda. And it says, can anyone explain why we all know Katie Joy, but she has less followers than toxic YouTubers? I think that the person meant that as that Katie has less followers than these other YouTubers, these toxic YouTubers have in followers. But I think Katie was reading that as that the number of people who follow her are less, are the total number is less than the like the total number of toxic YouTubers there are. I don't know, because the way she acted, I think that she took it in the only negative way really that could have been implied, but I don't think that that's how they meant it. It's funny though.
I don't want you guys to feel like you're dogpiled. I want to encourage you to engage and be happy. And like, here's my recommendation for Twitter. I really would love some support on Twitter. I have been harassed so relentlessly on my Twitter that nobody interacts. And my request is that if you're on Twitter, that you follow me and that you engage. And if an account starts spamming and saying really negative things about me, just block them and don't engage and don't respond. And when people are saying negative things about me, don't feel like you need to defend me. They just want to get a reaction out of you, right? That's why Block is a friend of mine on Twitter. I don't block everyone. I honestly don't. I block.
It's so funny hearing her say the word block over and over again. And when you hear blockity block block.
A lot of people that are just there to be negative. So make sure to follow me on Twitter. It would feel really good if I saw some positive comments. Right now, nobody's commenting. And I think they're just afraid of being harassed. But I feel like if you're too afraid to be harassed and you allow them to
positive comments. Well, I mean, people, if they want to leave positive comments, you can always leave a comment like, this live stream, I only heard 8 mistruths or untruths rather than your usual 15. That's positive, right? I mean, it's showing improvement. It's showing that it's noticed. The improvement is noticed and it is being congratulated on, like, yay, good job. You only told like 8 lies in the stream today, as opposed to your normal, like, 12.5 lies. Like, good job. I noticed. See, that would be a positive comment, but I'm thinking that wouldn't apply. I might try that though. Like, you weren't so much as bitchy today, like most days, as you were just rude and short. That would be positive, right?
to win, then you're getting what you want from them, right? And I'm not going to block you if you aren't nice to me, but I'm also not going to, I will block you if you're just there to tell me I'm a terrible person.
Because if you're being nice to her, you can never give her criticism, right? Okay.
Anyways, it's about 45 minutes in, and I just want to double check to see, am I here?
Am I here?
To say, you guys, tomorrow is the 1st of July. I am very excited about that.
Why? Seriously, like, unless something significant is happening or did happen on the 1st of July, why would you be really very excited about the 1st of July occurring the following day? Is July like your favorite month? Okay, I could see that then. Do you like 4th of July? Maybe. Okay. But like, then wouldn't you say, I'm just very excited that the 4th of July is almost here, right? You wouldn't just say, tomorrow's the 1st of July. I'm very excited about that. Why is that so exciting? It's so strange.
You guys are so sweet. if someone wants to help not fall on my face so I can support you.
But if someone wants to help, not fall on my face so I can support, message me. I don't know what that means. What the hell does that even mean? They also wrote, I'm willing to show up to Twitter, but have no idea how to use the app. I legit only watch you on YouTube because of Facebook.
All right. I will be covering Welcome to Classville, and I will be covering a lot of stuff. There was a lot of stuff that happened today with Britney Spears that I wanted to talk about, but I never got to. I just haven't had the time. My brain was just too foggy. And I don't know, like tomorrow, maybe I can just have a better day and just tune out the noise. Everyone has been wanting to talk to me about what's going on. And honestly, I just want to like move forward. And we've put out a lot of information. And there's a lot of screenshots out there. And there's a lot of evidence to show you guys what has been going on. I'm having a hard time holding back. And that's been really hard because I want to just scream to the like everyone like this did.
I want to take a brief minute here, and I want to talk about something that I think should not be ignored. When our feelings should not be ignored. Like your feelings, my feelings, her feelings should never be ignored. They should be acknowledged. They should be encouraged. They should be entertained. They should be fulfilled even. So when, and I mean, especially for someone like Katie Joy in her position, I mean, she should never ignore her feelings. She should always honor her feelings. So hopefully hearing this will encourage her to give in to her feelings here. And like she says, she feels like quitting YouTube. Well, this should be supported. Like if you feel that way, sis, then just, you got to love yourself, man. You got to give yourself that feeling. Just give in to that feeling. Just give in. Just surrender. Surrender to the higher power of your feelings. And just quit YouTube. If you, I mean, you can't ignore your feelings. You can't.
This, like, I feel vindicated, but then at the same time, like, people are mad at me because I feel vindicated, but then I'm like this mixture of like angry, sad, frustrated because oh my God, they called the cops and I'm on the phone with the police and then I'm dealing with CPS and I'm like constantly talking to lawyers. It's just a lot, you know, and I feel like I'm in a constant state of trauma right now. And so if my Twitter is confusing and if I don't make sense, that's just my life right now. I feel like everyone's telling me that I need to do things a certain way, that I need to tiptoe around things, that I need to respond this way so people will like me again, or I need to do this so that people will listen to me. This is trauma. Is that what this is? Is that what I'm going through? Is this trauma?
Oh my God. So she really hasn't experienced PTSD up until this point, right? Because she didn't know what trauma was. She didn't. Is this trauma? Really? Is this trauma? Is this what trauma looks like? Is this it? So I think that's good news though, right? Because then that would mean that whatever diagnosis she was given by whomever was very likely wrong if she doesn't recognize the diagnosis now, right? I mean, if she doesn't know trauma, then she doesn't know trauma. Man, that's awesome though. It really is.
It's been really, really violating, you guys. I have to be honest. Like, why would someone want to take my son away from me? Like, I love my son more than anything in the world. I've never hurt him. Why would someone want to take him away from me?
She loves him so much. Clearly, she loves him so much, more than anything in the world, that not a single person saw so much as an arrest from any of this fuckery, let alone a charge, let alone a conviction. Like, no one paid the price for her almost losing her kid. Like, she's, you know, someone wanted to take her kid away. Like, she loves him so much that not a fucking thing was done about it.
Like, why would someone want to take my husband away from my son?
Where was her husband going to go? Was someone going to take her husband somewhere?
And on my Twitter, some people are like, you're throwing out so much information, and one minute you're mad at someone and the next minute you're happy. And it's like, it's because even today, while I was trying to do my work, the person that was stalking me was messaging me and gaslighting me. Like, the person that is stalking me is trying to make me believe that they're the victim and that I need to protect them.
Oh, but I'm guessing that they must have been successful at that because that's kind of what you did, sis. In like 3 weeks' time, or like 19 days time, maybe from this stream, you go on Kay Baxter's stream with Nat, with the person you're talking about right now, and you say that she doesn't deserve any hate. Like, she's been a victim too. She did all these things, but only because she was manipulated by Steve, you know? So clearly, this person in your DMs, in your email, they must have said something to convince you, right? Because that's exactly what you did. So.
And then I'm like, what? So I'm like, wait a minute. I'm the one that was victimized. Why? What? I told the attorney.
You don't take that victim crown from Katie. Like, she'll cut a bitch over that.
To not let this person contact me. I said, tell this person not to contact me ever.
Unless it's to go on Kay Baxter's stream in 3 weeks. Then I'll gladly talk to her. On panel too, even.
Again. And that they can speak to this person if they want, but I don't want any contact with this person.
And I'm sure, did she say, said that to Saltz, right? I'm sure Saltz really appreciated the fact that she gave him permission to talk to that person.
Were you a former hater? I don't know. I'm sorry. Why is my Twitter blowing up right now?
Obviously, I proved the haters wrong, but I have zero hope of safety ever again. In fact, they could be watching me chat here. Oh my God, her name's Kathleen or Katie, whatever. So, yeah. She's just honoring Katie right there by Kathleen is just trying to honor Katie right here by trying to hijack her thunder here and just make it all about her.
I keep getting Twitter
What is it? Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery or something. Yeah.
messages, but there's nothing here. Okay.
Probably your psych account.
Thank you for joining, Chantel. I appreciate that. Thank you. I just want you guys to be nice to my son. I don't want you to be cruel to him. And I want to be a mother that makes my son proud. And son, I don't want to appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for joining, Chantel. I appreciate that. Thank you. I just want you guys to be nice to my son. I don't want you to be cruel to him. And I want to be a mother that makes my son proud. And I don't want to be a mother that would embarrass my son or that would make my son confused. I don't want to add trauma to my son's life. And I just want my son to be protected. So all I ask is that my son is not a part of this channel. He's not a part of my social media. He is not a right for you guys to have. I keep him private for a reason. And, I'm probably going to be all over the place for a few weeks. I might be up and down. And what I'm really trying hard not to do right now is lash out. I don't want to lash out at anyone. I am so angry at a few people. Trust me. I am very angry at the people that have done this to me. And I'm very angry at at a few creators. But for the most part, I'm not angry at most creators. And for the most part, I'm not angry at most people.
Yeah, so watch your step because you don't know if you're on the naughty or nice list.
Yes, please stop shaming mothers who work in 2021.
What?
Okay. I'm at the 50-minute mark. I don't want this to be too long. I just want to say thank you guys so much for your support. This is PTSD I went through, people calling CPS on me. Well, they were in my life for 68 years. This is definitely trauma. So the CPS stuff, I feel very traumatized by, and I feel like it's traumatized my husband. I feel like it's traumatized my family.
See, that's how smart she is, dudes. Like that quickly, she says, she goes from, is this trauma, to now she knows all about, she's an expert on trauma. I mean, you can't fight that, right? She's so smart. It's like she learned through osmosis while she was doing a live stream even. That's impressive.
I feel like having the cops here has traumatized my son. And I just want people to understand, like, there's no need to go real life. You should not be calling the police unless you literally witness a crime. Don't call the police based on gossip and rumor. You're really going to just waste time. And the people in this case are going to be prosecuted.
So all of you mandated reporters out there watching, if someone tells you something, that's not a good enough reason to call CPS or the cops. So don't do it unless you directly witness it for yourself with your own eyes. Only then can you call. So, because that's what being a mandated reporter is all about.
For filing false reports. And my husband said, here's a novel concept. It's totally fine for a mom to work and for the dad to look after the kid, even while attempting to start up a business. Yes. So my husband worked for 20 years. This is a switch in our marriage. He was laid off last spring, and I'm now the worker. And I had been previously staying home working part-time. So I was everything for my son for years. And it's actually been really good because daddy used to be gone like 12 hours a day because he worked an hour away. And so it's been awesome. My son and my husband's relationship has really blossomed, and I love that. And he's been able to get more active in his care and learn more about him, which is amazing. Thank you for your super chat. Oh, well, yes, 20 years for the same company. That wasn't my only job. I understand.
See, and
thank you.
That matters because Todd's like 50. So even when this was done, he was like 50. So by saying 20 years that he worked, it makes it sound like the deadbeat didn't have a job until he was 30. When I have no doubt that that's not the case, because he does seem like he's a hard worker. I will say that much about Todd. But yeah, so that's why she had to clarify that.
Thank you for your super chat. So thank you guys for your support. It is definitely a perfect age for sure. You know someone who put in a couple terms of prison for this very thing. Did you? Oh, I hope this is what resolves. So the FBI.
Well, clearly that person was not Katie, or nor was Katie anything like that person, because again, not a fucking thing happened.
Is investigating. People keep saying, am I ruining the investigation? I'm honestly I'm not involved in the investigation.
She's leading the investigation, y'all. I mean, she's the one who got the FBI all that evidence, you know? And now she's even trying to convince people to just send the evidence directly to Michael Saltz, even though there must not have been much evidence there since nothing came of this.
Other than forwarding them stuff. Really. So I don't know how I'm doing anything. All the screenshots that have been put out by other people and by me have been authorized by attorneys. Michael Saltz has authorized a lot of that kind of stuff. He's really taken the lead with that. So I'm not really involved in that. I do share some things, but we have so much more than we haven't shared. And don't call the cops on people. Don't call CPS on people. Don't file reports against people. Don't send death threats. Just don't do that. Don't blame people for sharing their experience. Don't tell people that they are not valid in their feelings. Allow people the space to share. Allow people the space to be told, like, listen. And
exactly, because that's how she treats you guys. That's how she treats everyone whose feelings have been affected by her is she doesn't invalidate you.
I wish that I could just, that's it.
That's about right.
Some people have asked if I'm going to go on other people's channels, and I just don't really know. I don't really feel like my going on other people's channels is going to change
Well, wait about a year, because she and Molly go on a panel together in about a year.
anyone's mind. I don't know if it's going to help people see me any better than they already do. I get so scared of going onto other people's channels. I'm always scared of going onto other people's channels.
Oh, so is that why Nat went on stream with her on Kay Baxter's channel in about 3 weeks from here? Because she was scared and Nat just helped squash that fear away? Is that it?
I always get afraid that when I'm on somebody's channel, their audience is going to hate me. And then once I'm there, somehow I'm going to turn all of these people into haters, or they're going to say, yep, that's right, she is a bad person. So
So she doesn't want to go on other people's panels because she's afraid that she's going to be an asshole. She's going to give people a reason to hate her and give people a reason to say, that's right. See, right there. That's right. She's an asshole. That's why she did. At least she knows that that's going to happen, probably. You know, at least she knows that about herself, even if she refuses to admit it to anyone else.
I just usually stay on my island, which is this place.
Because then she can, you know, be Eric Cartman. Just only see and view and listen to things that are positive about her being said and shared on the internet, and just ignore the rest. Respect her authority. Now I think I know why her cats are always trying to escape. She won't give him any cheesy poofs because they're her cheesy poofs. Poor cats.
I don't think you guys are under a spell. I don't know. I'm just me.
No, just brainwashed. Not a spell, brainwashed. That's what she said. Get it right.
Thank you guys for all of my true supporters. Exactly. To everyone that's been here from the beginning. For those of you that I don't have to convince. For those of you that love this content. For those of you that remind me every day that you love tuning in, that you love my personality. For those of you that aren't tearing me down. For those of you that have been cheering on all of the Duggar girls as they take steps towards freedom. For those of you that have shared your experiences. For those of you that have talked about your own traumas and your own lives. For those of you that have,
except for when you talk about those things while she's in the middle of talking about hers, because then you're stealing her thunder, and you're not helping the chat keep on track, you know, and just pay attention to her. They're then paying attention to you because they're talking with you. That's just mean.
that have children with special needs that follow because you identify with me, thank you, or have chronic health issues and identify with what we go through, or whatever reason you tune in, thank you.
Just don't talk about it in a live stream chat.
This channel would not be what it is without you. I'm humbled every day that I have this opportunity. I am grateful every day that this channel continues to grow and thrive. We have had 2 back-to-back phenomenal months. We had 8 million views in May. We've had over 5 million views this month. We have had thousands of new subscribers, hundreds of new members. It has been an amazing ride. And I just want to get back to focusing on that. I want to add new content. I want to bring you new content. And I just want to keep doing what I love. So thank you guys. I know the views have been out of this park. I have been so impressed. May was a big month. Josh Duggar got arrested, but people are watching other stuff too, in general. So
No, they weren't.
and I did talk to Amy about if I would get the exclusive, and she did say that she would come on my channel when the NDA is up.
That aged well.
And I want to be an example to people that are bullied. Just because someone bullies you and harasses you, you don't have to bend to bullies. Just because someone tells you that you suck and that you're not a good person doesn't mean that you give up. These people that do this to us, they want us to quit. They want us to quit.
No, it means that you then turn around and bully them right back and try to get their channel taken down and try to get them accused of crimes. That's what you do, because that's how you handle a bully.
In ourselves. They want us to feel like we suck. They want us to feel like we're terrible. They want us to leave. They want to deplatform us, and they want that response. But
Or they just want to tell you that you suck.
My dad and mom taught me that you don't bend to bullies and you don't give in just because someone doesn't like you.
That aged well too.
Free Ginger, free Jill, free Joanna, free Jessa. Get off daddy's. Oh my goodness.
Get off daddy's teeth. It's funny.
So the next time you consider saying to me, is it all worth it? How about you say this? Instead of saying, is it all worth it? Say, is there something I could do to help? By maybe asking Team YouTube about what they're going to do about creator on creator harassment and what they're going to do to protect their employees, because they don't want to call us employees, but we really are. I mean, there's a lot of us that are doing this full time, and we need protection as creators. We should be able to go to work and not have to enter a hostile work environment. We should be able to go to work and not have our colleagues trying to ruin our careers. And we should be able to.
So, I mean, when you accuse other creators or other public figures of human trafficking, you need protection from YouTube so they don't then come and say, you can't say that. You're a horrible person. You need that protection. Like, the fuck, YouTube?
Be able to go to work and just do our thing without everyone trying to destroy us, because that would not be acceptable in any other workspace.
And everyone knows that when you accuse someone of human trafficking, that's not a destructive comment. You know, it's not going to destroy them. They'll get over it. I mean, what the fuck?
And I think creators need better protection.
They should. She should start a union, which I'm all for unions. Don't get me wrong. I'm one of the biggest supporters of unions that there are. But yeah, this isn't. I mean, this is what she's calling. She wants people to start coming at YouTube as though they are an organized group and make demands of YouTube. That she's trying to unionize content creators, which. If you want the rights that are provided and given to you as an employee, like through a union, then you also have to accept some responsibility too. You know, I mean, like, but yeah, she just wants the rights and no responsibility. She wants to keep defaming people because that's the kind of behavior that deserves to be unionized.
We need better laws or something.
Laws or something. Oh my God, this is nonsense. Oh my God, that just dawned on me. Nonsense has been pushing the same fucking rhetoric. Like from just before Molly was taken off YouTube, she started pushing it, and then right afterwards she started pushing it, like, now it's time. Now we really got to come together. Now we got to start like getting legislation drafted or something, getting people change laws or some shit like that for these tragedy pimps. Dude, nonsense. Oh my God. Nonsense has been her mouthpiece for this. Damn it. Damn it, it's my daughter. Oh shoot, that's right. It's almost 4:30. Okay. All right. Yeah, pinwheel now. Okay. Oh, I think that's why. Maybe let me get rid of that. There we go. Okay. Okay, good. It's unmuted. All right.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight.
Okay. So there's that. All over. Now let me head on over to chat. And then by the time I'm done, my daughter should be almost here. Oh, I'm tired. What the fuck? Just fucking close out. Why are you doing this to me? There we go. All right, yay, there's the chat. Why am I still on top chat? I didn't put it on live chat? Could have swore I did. Okay, they both KJ and Cujo back came to have their own island. Yeah, that's true. Yep. And they would do. We need to get laws and shit. We need to get some laws. Oh, Steve's going live at 4:30. Talk about uni. Okay. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, like she acts like YouTube is paying her. I'm going to argue and say no, it's the other way around, because it's kind of like when you're a vendor or something in a mall or at a, I don't know, a flea, whatever, you're paying for space to do what you want with that space to generate an income. So you're kind of like paying a lot fee or rent or whatever, or a lease or something. So the money just comes through YouTube first, and then it goes to you. And you even get, I don't know about AdSense. I don't even know what the percentage is of AdSense. But, like, it all pretty much pays the same, You're not, like, super chats, for example, super stickers. You get the majority of that percentage. YouTube gets the smaller percentage. They facilitate the means, the platform, the infrastructure in which for you to receive this as payment. And then you pay them a percentage for being able to use said infrastructure to obtain such profit. It's the same thing with AdSense. They're providing just a place for you to put your shit up and advertise on it and generate income. And you pay them for their infrastructure. So, it's not even like YouTube's paying you. It's like you're paying them. That's kind of why they have all the power too, because they can just cancel your lease and just give it to someone else at any point in time, really. So, yeah, just like hairdressers. Exactly. Yep. Oh, I don't know. Wait, let me see. They might be the wrong list, by the way. Autistic show. Because I think I combined them or something. I don't know. Let me see what pulls up when I open these. I never said anything about it. Okay, yep, that one's not good. I'm signing it right now. Okay. And yeah, that one's not updated. Okay. Sorry, I never said anything. But if my about section, here, I'll go grab the link and I'll post it in the chat. Thank you so much, though, for sharing that, by the way, Autistic Show. I don't thank you nearly as much as I should for all you do there. Let me at least provide you with the correct link, though. I'm sorry. I forgot I did this. Yeah, it's titled Amazon/puppy wishlist. All right, there we go. What the hell? Oh my God. She just like grunted or grunt in her sleep. It was so funny. And now she's barking. Okay. Right. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that, but thank you. Well, I combined the two. That's what. So it's just I have it all under one, and it's titled Amazon/puppy wish list. So it's mostly puppy stuff. So yeah, the other two links that you were sharing, you can forget about them. Like the puppy one is still there, I think, but it's just not everything's on it or whatever. I don't know. But everything is on the link I just shared now. So I'm sorry. I apologize. I should have provided that sooner. All right. I'm gonna get going because she's gonna start barking and be very loud and annoying. But thank you everyone for being here. I hope you enjoy this. And I will see you. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow night sometime. So probably. I don't know. All right. Bye.